Hello, hello, and welcome to Survivor Debrief. Yes, I'm Ian Porter, and I'm here with another exit interview, and it breaks our heart to be talking to you so early in this season. I have the lovely Ursula. Ursula, thank you so much for joining us today.
No worries. Anytime. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, this is great. So, first of all, I've got a couple of questions that we just want to go through. First of all, I just want to know, what was your casting journey like? How did you get involved in this?
So I had been applying my daughter's 8 now. I'd been applying since she was about 1.
Oh,
I'd
what?
yeah, so I pretty much back to back applied year after year. Uh I had no attraction at all until this particular application. And yeah, I ended up going all the way.
This is fantastic. Like, I love it to hear when people have been applying for so long and they finally get in, because that's obviously my story as well. So to have that must have felt so amazing when you got that call saying like, no, this is happening. You're in.
It was really exciting. I started getting the attraction quite quickly, and then it was just pretty much back to back interviews and auditions and prep work for the show. So it was a really exciting time.
Oh, fantastic. Now, so you obviously been applying for ages, but are you a big fan of the show? Had you watched it before in the past?
Yes, I am a big fan. I've
This
pretty
is so
much
good.
watched every single season.
Love it.
Don't ask me names because I don't remember names. I just remember their characters,
Yeah, no, it,
Castaways characters.
it's so funny. There's some fans that have like the photographic memory of like, oh, this happened on this day, and then there's other people that's like, yeah, I've seen it all, but in my recall, it's tough sometimes.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
I want
me.
to talk about your actual time on the show. So first of all, what advice did you have before you went out onto the island, and what was the best piece of advice you got?
Oh, the advice before I went out on the island. I mean, my dad, first of all, he's a lawyer, so his first thing was keep your cards close.
Yep.
And don't, if you're going to do something, don't tell anyone. I mean, I didn't really do that, did I?
No.
Because I was so frank and honest with people. Uh, yeah, maybe if I was to go back on the game again, I'd probably take his advice on board.
That's all right. That's all right. And is that one thing that you felt maybe how it all sort of fell apart in the end? You maybe a bit too honest, a bit too direct with some people?
Um, I think that I think so, yes, and I think I could have potentially held my emotions a little bit better when it came to Noonan. Um, I mean, she was gunning for me from the start,
Hmm.
uh, and it really put a sour taste in my mouth. So I should have, I should have played that off a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, let's touch on the Noonan of it all at this point. And was it just based on you just couldn't connect with each other, or you heard her throwing your name out, so you're like, okay, if you're not with me, you're against me, so it's just going to be two clashing forces. Like, how did that relationship break down?
Yeah, so I mean, Noonan did write my name down from the start, which was fine, and
Yeah, because
we
it's part
did
of it.
kind of
Yeah.
have a conversation and say that we were fine and we could potentially work together. I mean, there was that conversation in the water there with Morgan, and I said I really don't care who wrote my name down. I'm still happy to work with everyone, but everything that happened from thereafter, Noonan showed me that she was just lying. Um, she was a bit sneaky, and I caught her out on lies, and yeah, she just showed me she was an untrustworthy person.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. And then I want to know what do you think was your best move in the game? What was the best thing you did out there?
Best move in the game. Ooh, I mean, I don't want to say throwing Nash under the bus, but had I not thrown Nash under the bus, I potentially wouldn't have had my 10 extra days.
I
Um,
100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah, even though he did advocate for me, and I love him so much for that, I'd have to say that if had I not thrown him under the bus, I believe it could have been me that day and not him.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. So I think when you sense the sinking ship and you did the right thing by saying, you know what, I've just got to pile on this because I've got to save
That's
myself.
it.
And you got further in the game, which is very true. What surprised you the most while you were out there? What was something that you went out there and went, oh wow, I wasn't expecting this?
I really was, to be fair, I really wasn't expecting it to be so hard to connect.
Yeah,
To
okay,
connect with
interesting. Yeah.
people. That was really hard, and really you had to put on. It's kind of like work. You have to be at a certain level all the time, day in and day out. There was really no downtime. Yeah, you had to just be there, ready to kind of attend to people's feelings
Yeah.
and yeah, be a team player. And sometimes you just want that little bit of a break, but you just can't. You
You
can't have it.
can't. They're next to you all day. They're around. They're at
That's
the
it.
challenges. Yeah, it's hard to get
Oh
away.
yeah, for sure.
So Nash, obviously, you start the game and you form some sort of connection, even if it's just a little bit of a chat with Nash, and then very quickly the tide sort of turns on Nash, and he finds this idol, and all this sort of happens. What were you feeling in that? Were you just like, oh my god, I'm on the wrong side of this, and I can't do anything about it? Like, what was that feeling?
I definitely didn't feel like I was on the wrong side because
Okay,
I went into the game wanting the chaos, wanting the drama,
great.
wanting the backstabbing, but I was thinking, what the hell is he doing? He's ruining everyone's game.
Yeah,
I mean, if he wanted PD, Chris, and myself and himself in an alliance, he's going about it the wrong way because he's throwing us all under the bus.
yeah,
So that's what I was thinking in that moment, and I'm thinking, right, what can we do to get out of it, or what can I do to get out of it? Because this is not going to work for the long run. It's not.
yeah.
It's like this will not last long.
No, no, and you've got to find a way around that, how to maneuver it. So
Absolutely.
one big thing that happens, well, obviously the tribe swap. It seems like a good opportunity to start afresh and go, okay, this is my new game now. I'm going to make new connections. But it seems like the Noonan of it, that stray vote to Noonan that you put out there on the Rich vote. Talk me through that, because you obviously knew that everyone was piling on. Is that correct? You knew everyone
I
was
did.
piling on Rich? Yeah. And
I
so
sure did.
was that just emotion? What was that?
I'll tell you exactly what it was. Everyone. So there were talks of voting out Logan. There were talks of voting out Noonan, and then there were talks of voting out Richard. Between the three, I had already built a relationship with Richard because he had come to the OG
Yeah, he'd
Brawn
done the swap.
tribe.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had already built quite a little bit of a relationship. He was kind of like my new Nash. So I'd already built somewhat of a relationship with him, and I was no way going to put his name down because I'd already made that
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd already done that with Nash, and I didn't want to do it with
Rich
Richard,
as well. Yeah.
and with Logan. I connected with her. I felt like I connected with her. We have similar backgrounds. And out of Logan and Noonan, I could see myself working with Logan. So I didn't want to put her name down either. And I just thought, you know what? I told everyone that I was going to put Noonan's name down. She knew I was going to do it. And I said, after this, our tables, we're at the same playing field. From there, we can move on.
Yeah. You thought, okay, you voted for me, I voted for you. We
Yeah.
can move on now. It's official. We're even, Steven.
That's it. And I'd
Yeah.
already knew that the votes weren't going on her anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So AJ sort of rise to power in these last couple of episodes. Did you sort of see
uh,
that happening? Did you see that coming, or was it all of a sudden you were playing AJ's game and there was talk of hostages and stuff? Talk me through the AJ sort of situation in this hostage strategy that he put out there from your point of view?
yes. Yes. So I mean, I really hadn't been able to spend much time with AJ. So uh we were still at that kind of getting to know each other
Mm.
phase. It was a bit of a slap in the face because we only had the Richard vote, and then pretty much the day that I was being eliminated, it all just kind of came like a
Yeah.
hurricane. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming. I really didn't think he had it in him, that's for sure. But
He
I
did
mean,
go
he
from
can play his
he went
game.
from 0 to 100
Oh,
pretty quick, didn't
it
he?
was unreal. It was unreal, and it was quite, um, yeah, great to see.
Yeah.
I love that type of gameplay. So yeah, good on him.
Yeah, great. So when that's all happening and it's all going crazy, is there anything you feel looking back now with hindsight? I know it's impossible to play woulda, coulda, shoulda, and it makes you go insane.
Uh,
But is there anything you think
it
you
does.
could have done in that last vote to maybe to maybe switch things up or anything? Or was the writing on the wall? Did you feel like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't think I could have done much more?
I think you can always do more.
Mm,
Now that I know, the thing is you're not privy to all conversations.
yeah.
Now that I know the conversations that were happening, I think I could have worked on pushing Logan and Kaylin, because I know that they advocated for me. Well, I know that
Mm,
Kaylin advocated for me pretty much that whole afternoon prior to Tribal Council. Logan was on my side during Tribal Council.
yeah.
I think I could have pushed that a little bit more, and yeah, tried to get them on my side, because I know that they were 50-50 there in the end. And
Gotcha.
Kaylin, I think, was, 90-10. It was only just that. I know AJ, he really got him. I think he was intimidating him, but
Well, there is a
yeah, I
scene that
think
we didn't see. There is a scene where Kaylin said, "No, no, no, let's not do Ursula.
yes,
I'll talk to AJ," and then we never saw that conversation. So AJ must have
that's
just
it.
steamrolled him at that point, which
Yeah,
is
that's
unfortunate.
exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And I knew because I had built such a good relationship with Kaylin just in that short
Oh,
amount
that's
of
good.
time. I mean, we just clicked. So yeah, I know that he didn't want me to go, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's the way it happens.
Is there anything that didn't make the edit that you'd like to sort of share with everyone? Maybe something about yourself, or maybe something that happened out there that you're like, "Oh, I wish everyone could have seen this fun moment," or something.
Oh, I mean, going into the game, I always wanted to. I'm watching the seasons back to back. I mean, I always wanted to go in and be a challenge beast.
Yeah,
Um, I think that I was at the forefront of most of those challenges, and now being out of the game and seeing the attention that I'm getting, I think that that's how I am being seen.
yeah.
So, I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really happy that that's how I came across. So.
Yeah, definitely. You were definitely strong out there. And mate, you had it, you had the muscles to back up with the brain power. And it's just sometimes those connections just don't quite pan out for you, which
No, I
is unfortunate.
know. And I
Who,
wasn't as quiet as what I was
oh, there you go.
shown to be. I'm actually quite loud. And if you ask anyone else, I was
Love it.
definitely there in the conversations.
Yep.
I just wasn't there for the bit. There was a few little, high school kind of BS
Yeah.
conversations going on, and I always used to just tune out.
You don't need that. You don't need that out there. Who do you think's playing the best game at the moment out there? From up until this point, last night's episode, who's playing the best game in your opinion?
At the moment, I
Yeah.
would say, I mean, I've got a soft spot for Kaylin, and
Yep.
um, I think that he's really flying under the radar.
Yep.
Uh, and I think he's got the physical capabilities to shine when it comes to the individual challenges come merge.
Yep.
Um, Also, his social game's unreal. And in Survivor, you need that.
Yeah, we're not, because I know we're not seeing a lot of him. It's interesting. He's
No,
very in the background and he's just there, and no one's targeting him though. So it'll be very
that's
interesting
it,
to see where he ends up. And sometimes that's what you need to do in Australian Survivor. You need to know when to
for
put your head
sure.
down and to maneuver
For
and stuff.
sure.
What are you
There
gonna?
was in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, 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 go.
I was just in the Brawn, in the OG Brawn. I mean, I can't really speak on anyone being a great strategic player, because there wasn't really anyone who was playing that
Mm,
strategically in the Brawns, and I really didn't get to spend too much time with the Brains. So yeah, I'd say Kaylin, the best player so far that I've seen. I can't speak on anyone being the best kind of strategic player.
That's
But yeah,
it's just what you're seeing and your time out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to take away from this experience with you into your life?
I think I really just, especially for my girls, I just want them to, I have two daughters, so I just want them to um, say yes to all opportunities
Mm.
like this, I suppose. And I hope that I can inspire other mums to kind of get out there, and you don't just have to be a stay-at-home mum, or, you can get out there and do these types of things, and your kids are going to be okay. And yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. And it's actually great to see a season with so many parents in it. There were quite a few parents out there, which I thought
Yeah.
it was like obviously Nash and yourself and a couple of other Brawn guys. And it is such a connector when you're out there to
Mm.
have that connection with people, which is
Yeah, for sure. I was the only mum on the Brawn tribe though,
it's all dads, yeah.
which was quite difficult because you know I I I I wasn't able to kind of find that kind of connection, or
Yeah, interesting.
with some of the other girls, except Kristen, of course.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, that's probably why I connected so much with Nash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what he said about you as well when I had a chat to him.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Running along time, is there anything else you wanted to share about your survivor journey with the wider audience? Yes.
I mean, applications are open, so sign up. It is seriously a once in a lifetime. Yeah, I can't explain it. Only you and I know exactly what it's like. So it's, yeah, you can't even put it into words. I hope that one day I get to experience something like this again. Um, it's unreal.
It's pretty good, isn't it? And just
It,
quickly,
it really is.
obviously, I'm a big movie fan. What is your favorite film?
Favorite film? Oh gosh, I'm a bit of a movie buff too. But if I'm going old school, like
Yep.
my childhood, I'm
Yep.
thinking my childhood. Um, I'd have to say, oh, gosh, this is so hard. I'm thinking my child. It's the first movie that comes to my head.
Yeah.
I'll have to say The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, classic. Yeah. So good. So good. Mate, well, you got Wicked. You got Wicked now. You must be happy. You've got Wicked 2 coming out. It's going to be
I
fun.
actually haven't seen it.
Oh, come on.
I
You're a
know, I know.
purist.
I'm
You're an
so
Oz purist.
horrible.
You're like, no, no, no. No, no prequels. Thank you. Hashtag not my Dorothy. Um, so good, mate. Well, thank you so much for spending some time. It's great to get to know you outside of the game, see you outside of what we've seen on TV. So it's great, really fun to have a chat with you, my friend. All the best with everything. Hope you enjoy watching the season along with everyone else, and we'll talk to you again soon down the track. Thanks so.
Thank
Bye.
you.